Happy Halloween, guys. What up? What's going on? Happy Halloween. I'll wait for a few people to join real quick. It's a Halloween special shit. We got a lot to talk about. But happy Halloween. We got Jon Jones begging Dana White for a fight. We got Bo Nickal on the main card of UFC 322. We got the Aspinall Gane rematch to talk about. What else we got? JDM versus Islam. Man. But Jon Jones was just begging Dana White to fight on that White House card again. 2026. Jon Jones is looking to make his big return. Now that his reputation's cleared a little bit. We can't let Jon Jones fight on that White House card. Unless it's against Tom Aspinall. That's the fight. We're going to get into Pereira versus Jones in a minute. But just think about that. Jones versus Pereira. Cool fight. Cool fight if they're both planning on having it as their last fight. That's what I say. Cool fight if it's their last fight. It's like, it would be a real fight, but it'd feel more like an exhibition money fight. Jones versus Pereira. You know, I think we're letting that slide. I think we forgot that Jon Jones retired to avoid Tommy Boy. I think we forgot. But that Gane-Tom Aspinall fight, that was the best thing that could have happened to the heavyweight division. Excluding Aspinall knocking out Jones. Happy Halloween, like the costume, appreciate it. Guess what I am? Guess what I am? Make sure you can see the bow tie. I'm a magician. I'm going to make some magic happen with my matchmaking skills, alright? I got to make some magic happen in the UFC. Someone's got to do it. I'm going to pull out some crazy fights out of my hat. This is what I'd be wearing every time if I was UFC promoter. Happy Halloween to everyone joining the chat, by the way. Maybe you don't give a fuck about Halloween, but either way. So let's talk about the heavyweight division for a second. Because I just said Aspinall versus Gane. That outcome was the best thing that could have happened for the division. It needed some drama. It needed some storyline. We need to see an angrier Tom Aspinall. He's been way too quiet in the build-up. We needed that. Think about this. I just heard this stat. Think of the best heavyweights in the world right now. None of them won a fight none of them won a fight this year. I'll just put it like that. Think of every top A-list heavyweight that you know. None of them won a fight this year. Due to not a lot of them fought. There's excuses for everybody, but not a single A-tier heavyweight won a fight this year. Tom Aspinall didn't win a fight this year. Gane didn't win a fight this year. Francis Ngannou didn't win a fight this year. And Jon Jones didn't win a fight this year. Happy Halloween, money making Mitch. Hope you have a good one. Thank you, thank you. I'm going out to a Halloween little party tonight. Going to a little Halloween bash. But it's all good. I'm already dressed up. I just got to get up and go. But we got to do a Halloween special before I hit the road. Haven't live streamed in a minute. But none of the top heavyweights won this year. The main reason was none of them fought except Aspinall and Gane. Okay, Cyril Gane won a robbery against Volkov. But you know what I mean. Who really won this year in the heavyweights? So this was the best thing that could have happened to the heavyweights. The controversy of Aspinall versus Gane. But because of that, we're just going to let Jon Jones sneak in the White House card and fight Alex Pereira. I like the reddish orangish lighting. Very Halloween-y. See, it just worked like that. That's what's up. It just happened like that. That blood orange color is the color of the channel. That's the signature color of the Money Making Mitch channel. It's Halloween-y, you're right. And it just fits on a day like today. It makes me look like a spooky magician, not just no normal magician. Not just no normal magician here. What are you, AJ Manx? Are you being Despicable Me today? Is that your costume? Despicable Me? Or are you going to be a hockey player? You should be an enforcer. You need to be a hockey player enforcer. But yeah, I got to have a few Halloween shots tonight. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is the only holiday we're going to get in a while, up until UFC 322. We're going to have a long and rough couple of weeks, if you're a fight fan. What up, Mini Beans? What's up? Cheers to Mini Beans. I got the coffee beans. You know? Cheers. But yeah, when we get this Paramount deal in 2026, Dana White needs to pull a rabbit out of the hat, and he needs to build some good cards again. We need to chill on the NPCs. We're having way too many NPCs, bland personalities on these fight cards, where the outcome of their fights has no effect on the UFC whatsoever. I'm seeing too much of that. Some might say like a dark magician. And nothing, just in my Red Wings PJs, not doing much tonight. Worked 10 hours today, 50 this week. Woo, this guy's making the bucks. This guy's on those Dana White hours. The grind doesn't stop. Shit. You might as well just be on call. How much you're working. Damn, they didn't give you Halloween off, but fuck it. Just Halloween. But yeah, I hear you, I hear you. You already celebrated weeks before. A lot of people don't do shit for Halloween except go out, so. Except get drunk. Would you rather get super drunk on Halloween or get sugar high off a bunch of candy? Choice is yours. Choice is yours. But yeah, I'm the Dark Magician today. And, you know, I just want to see some magic happen in the UFC. That's what I'm talking about. Alex Pereira, he's been making things happen. We need some big stuff to happen. 2026. You get the Yu-Gi-Oh reference? No. You got to clue me in. You got to clue me in. And I'll show you a magic trick. You know what my magic trick is? My magic trick is I can make a beer disappear. Just watch. It's gone. That's all I got right now. I can make a beer disappear. But we got to talk about, okay, so Jon Jones on the Dana White thing. He was in the video crossing his fucking fingers like, Dana, please, bro. Please let me on that White House card. Please. He was like begging. And he was crossing his fingers. I'm like, what? Is he going to leak the photos of them too? If he's not allowed in the White House card? Dark Magician was the main character. Yugi's main cards. Oh, okay. I think that's ringing a bell. See how many different ways you can interpret this costume? I like having a costume that people can interpret in their own ways too. That's what's up. But yeah, I'm going to make magic happen on this channel. Not real magic. I don't know real magic. But we're going to be grinding on the Money Making Mitch channel. We're already at the 250 subscribers. Shout out to all the subscribers. Magic Mitch today, but after today it's Money Making Mitch. But shout out to all the subscribers. October was my best month yet. I think I gained 80 subscribers in the month of October. That's crazy. Just in the month of October, got 80 subs. I mean, that's more subs than the UFC's had all year. 80 subs in the month of October. Shout out to all the subscribers. A lot of them are from that Aspinall video. So shout out to everyone from across the pond in the UK supporting the channel, because I know a lot of those 80 subscribers were from the UK. Or MMA Mitch. Just like how the costume can be interpreted in a bunch of different ways. Yeah, so can the nicknames. There's so many Mitch nicknames you can come up with. Magic Mitch, MMA Mitch, Marijuana Mitch, Money Making Mitch. That one sums all the names together. Sums it all up. You know? You can make money from magic. You can make money from MMA. Money Making Mitch. But yeah, today it's a little different. It's the Halloween special. But yeah, shout out to everyone across the pond. That's what's up. October was the best month. And I'm going to keep this train rolling. We're going to keep it going. Going to add a few more live streams to the channel. We're definitely going to be live streaming more. Right now, I just live stream on the fight cards. And sometimes the weigh-ins or the press conferences. We're going to do more sporadic, random live streams. So look out for that. Just randomly, Thursday night, Wednesday night, I'll pop in on live stream for no fucking reason. Just random MMA shit to talk about. Because not a lot of MMA YouTubers live stream. A lot of the big MMA YouTubers mostly just do the normal videos. But we just got to suffer through these next 2 weeks of dreadful Apex cards. We just got to wait till November 15th, guys. November 15th. Please come sooner. Like, that's the GOAT fight card. Yes, sir, you the GOAT for real. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Bye. That's the GOAT sound right there. I just took a pic. I was just at the cider mill hanging out with the goats. I might have to post that picture once we reach 1,000 subs. Then I'll call myself that. But yeah, speaking of goats, Jon Jones isn't. I want to see someone debate me on that one. But yeah, 2 long weeks here before the big pay-per-view, November 15th. Man, MMA YouTube is going to be starving for shit to talk about these next 2 weeks. What are we going to talk about? David Onama? Bland NPC fighters these next 2 weeks on these terrible fight cards? Soon to be the top UFC YouTuber. Thanks. Yeah, you got to think like that. You got to be delusional enough like that to think that, yeah. Even if it's delusional, you got to think like that. That's how it's done. Damn right, damn right. Especially after these banger cards coming up. I mean, I think November will be a good month for the channel. UFC 322. I gotta check the fight cards coming up. But I'm pumped for 322. Oh, and yeah, that main event, JDM versus Islam Makhachev. We're gonna have to talk about that. JDM versus Islam Makhachev. Man, everyone's going with Jack. Right now, I'm going with Islam Makhachev. Even though Jack might be his toughest opponent, his biggest opponent ever, I'm going with Islam Makhachev as of right now. It's only delusional till it happens. Yes, sir. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But while we're talking about delusional things and MMA, Bo Nickal on the main card of UFC 322. Delusional. Delusional. The wrestling dads want to watch him on the pay-per-view. So we're going to put him on there to rage bait the hardcore fans. I get it. Whatever. If they're trying to make the fans hate Bo Nickal and be sick to death of him, put him on the main card. But yeah, once 322 happens, I think this channel is going to get some real good views. I can't wait to drop the predictions on that. All fight week, there's going to be shit to talk about on 322. That's in 2 weeks, by the way. There's going to be a lot to talk about around that fight week. You keep up the consistency and stream more, you'll be there in no time. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Exactly what I'm talking about. You know it. Once we keep that going, we'll be there in no time. Especially if the UFC starts strong in the new year. Because now they're on that Paramount deal. So they're signed to Paramount. So no more pay-per-views starting January. You have the Paramount subscription, Paramount Plus. You get to watch all the fights. And I hope they start really stacking those cards. I'm real curious to see how these fight cards are going to look early 2026. If they are, I'll have tons to talk. We'll have a party. Because this 2025 might have been the worst year of fight cards in UFC history. Like, it's up there. So 2026 has got to be better. Come on. But yeah, everyone's been liking, everyone subscribe. We're going to be dropping more tier lists too. I just dropped the UFC Company Man tier list. Because, man, this whole week was just full of Company Man shills. The past 2 weeks. Starting with the Aspinall fight week. All they asked Aspinall was Jon Jones questions. After the fight, all the Jon Jones fans and company men blamed Tom Aspinall for getting eye poked and called him a quitter to make Aspinall look weak and to make Jon Jones look magnificent. The only thing the president and promoter of UFC said about his champion Tom Aspinall is he chose to not continue and Jon Jones destroyed Cyril Gane. Like, damn. Company Man shill week. So, the UFC Company Man tier list was only right. Plus, Company Man / UFC fighter Bo Nickal got the privilege of being on the main card of a pay-per-view. Because he's a company man, so I had to make the tier list. Hell yeah, if UFC keeps growing and gaining new fans, there will be more fans needing a UFC news and breakdown guy. Who knows, maybe you'll be the guy for them. Exactly. Exactly. And not everyone just watches one channel. Think about it. Think about whatever stuff, whatever content you watch. Hockey, WWE, baseball. You usually watch the same video, but just from different channels. You just want to hear everyone's different opinions and thoughts on it. You know? You want to see this guy's rankings. But while you're on that topic, you want to see this guy's rankings. Same topic, just different channels. You want to see their different point of view? Yeah, you're right. You're right. But you got to be entertaining too. Got to be entertaining. You can't be no bland MMA reporter like the rest of them. Like, what's their names? The official reporters. James Lynch. Can't be like James Lynch. No offense to James Lynch. He gets to interview real fighters. He does it all the time, but I don't know if there's personality on his channel. You know? Yeah. Yeah, time will tell. But let's look up a few of these fight cards here. Let's see what we got to look forward to coming up. Not talking about these Apex cards, though. And you gotta be unique. Exactly. That I am. Hopefully. Okay, 322. Awesome. Ooh, Armin versus Dan Hooker. The week after that, that's a banger fight card. Ian Gary, Bilal Muhammad. Ooh. What a card. The Joker's on there. Ozdemir versus Menefield. Gaziv. Wow. Versus Spivak. Okay. Ooh, then the pay-per-view, the end of the year pay-per-view would be 2 weeks after. Okay. Hey, this year's going to end good. I'm not mad at it. We're going to end the year good. They still need one more fight on UFC 323. This is a card for the hardcores. We need someone with some drawing power. Book the Aspinall Gane rematch on UFC 323, the last pay-per-view ever and of the year. Yeah. All right. So November, we got a lot to look forward to in November. Holy shit. We got a lot to look forward to in November. Damn. All right. That's what's going to keep me going. That's what's going to keep me thriving. And speaking of top channels, you got to be able to talk about shit when there's nothing to talk about. There's always something. You just got to find something, you know? There's always going to be dry weeks in the MMA world. There's going to be a dry week here and there. There's going to be a drought. But if you're a good creator, you're going to come up with something. Company man, tier list, whatever. You'll come up with something. But yeah, shout out to all the subs. I mean, we're picking up views. The Aspinall versus everybody. Are you kidding me? That's my best video ever so far. But yeah, I gotta start live streaming more and yeah. Let's see how many live streams we've done so far on this channel. $17. Okay, including this live stream. I think this is the 21st live stream we done on this channel. It's the 21st. Let Jon Jones fight. Tom's cowardice ass doesn't want to. Oh, man. Well, Jon Jones hasn't fought since November 2024. Dana White wanted him to fight this past July, and Aspinall was ready. Jones would have rather have went to Thailand to flirt with men. from everything I remember, Dana White's dream was Aspinall versus Jones in July or November. And Jon Jones said, no, I'm going to fly to Thailand and sniff Russian dude's hair. And Aspinall was just sitting there like, what the fuck am I going to do? This is the only guy left. Cyril Gane at the time had a win over Sergey Spivak. That's not enough to fight Tom. But sure, they're gonna let Jon Jones fight, no doubt about it. He's gonna fight Piera at the White House. That's my prediction. I said this in one of my videos. That's my prediction. And it would be very hard to change that. I mean, Tom versus Gane have to fight soon. We need Gane and Aspinall to fight soon. I want them to book that rematch right away. But I think Jon's the one who ran. Long story short, Jon ran. He believes that he can control Piera on the ground. And he believes that he likes his odds more against Piera, which, you know, Piera's a tough fight. Absolutely. That's a tough fight. But that's more of a... They're going to fight at heavyweight regardless. I just think it looks weak when you have two guys fighting at heavyweight and they're not fighting the champ who has a 100% finish rate. Do more tier lists. I enjoyed that. I think you should do tier lists of each weight class, like the fighters in it. You're on to something. You're on to something. There will be more tier lists dropping. Absolutely. There will be. Yes, I'm dropping more tier lists. It's coming very soon. I don't want to say exactly what it is, but yes, we're going to do stuff exactly like you said. But I'm not going to reveal the next tier list just yet, but it's a good one. If you like the company man tier list, you'll like this new one. Tom's a coward when Jones was too scared to fight him. Right. I agree. I agree. I mean, Jon Jones ducked Ngannou and Aspinall. Even if this whole Aspinall bullshit didn't happen, which it did, Jon Jones is still a coward for ducking Ngannou when he was supposed to fight Ngannou in 2021. Francis Ngannou became heavyweight champion in 2021. He was a star since 2018. 2020. He's been a star for 3 years, finally got the belt, became a bigger star, and Jon Jones took off. Nowhere to be seen for 3 years. Crazy. I find it funny everyone's doing MMA math. All of a sudden. So, Jon Jones beat Jon Jones beat Cyril Gane, the fall guy, the company man. But now that Cyril Gane gave Tom Aspinall a tough first round, we're saying Jon Jones is better than Aspinall. That's like... I mean, I could say Jon Jones went 5 rounds with Smith. Aspinall would kill him in 1 round. I could say Jon Jones went 5 rounds with former middleweights like Santos. Jon Jones would have killed Santos in 1 round. But I could say, you know, Jan Blachowicz, he beat Dominic Reyes better than Jones did. Is Jan Blachowicz more of a GOAT and a better fighter than Jon Jones? Because he beat Dominic Reyes better than Jon Jones did? I don't think we would say Jan is a better fighter than Jon Jones for that reason alone. So, you know, the Jon Jones fans pick and choose when they want to do MMA math, only when it promotes Jon Jones. It is what it is, though. This is the fun to me, though. I want to see Jon Jones fight a ginormous heavyweight. It's not really like Tom Aspinall's the greatest thing on the planet. It's just, I want to see Jon Jones fight a ginormous heavyweight with speed and skill and a ground game. And since Francis Ngannou is long gone, Tom Aspinall's that guy. He fits the bill. Let's go, let's go. But I get it, you know, UFC wants Aspinall to be the villain, and we see that in the comments. People are taking the bait. Mitch, have a good stream and a good Halloween, chat. All right. We will, we will. Happy Halloween, bro. Happy Halloween. But yeah, Jon Jones, he's going to fight. It's going to be Alex Pierre at the White House. Hopefully he gets a lot of shit for it, though. We need Tom Aspinall to get back in there ASAP against Gane. And we need to see a real result here. Like, we need to see a real fucking result. This rematch, though, the whole build-up needs to be polar opposite than the original build-up. I don't want this rematch to be in Abu Dhabi. The lamest fucking crowd ever in Abu Dhabi. Put this rematch in Vegas. Okay? And let's get some hype questions. Let's see Tom Aspinall get a little more angry. He needs to promote himself a little more. I want to see Aspinall with the real chip on his shoulder. I don't want to see him holding back. I want him to say, "You dirty cheat." That's what I want from Aspinall. Let's see here. But yeah, Cyril Gane. Someone said Cyril Gane's not a company man. I don't know. How is Cyril Gane not a company man? I just made the company man tier list. Cyril Gane's sole purpose in the UFC is to promote Jon Jones. He's just there to be a stepping stone for Jon Jones. When we talk about Cyril Gane, the only thing we talk about is his Jon Jones fight. And if Cyril Gane will make Jon Jones look better by beating Aspinall. That's all we talk about with Cyril Gane. We never talk about Cyril Gane's win over Derek Lewis, or we never talk about his title fight with Francis. There's no Cyril Gane fights to talk about. We just talk about his little fight with Jon Jones. He's literally a stepping stone for Jon Jones. That's company man 101. Take one for the team. Be a NPC with talent, but ruin your rep for Jon Jones. But yeah, Bo Nickal on the main card at 322. I guess no one's worried about that. No one cares, I guess. It's just, I just get told it's rage bait. Let him be on there. People want to see him lose. We already saw him lose. I want to see Benoit Saint Denis versus Beneil Dariush. I want to see two lightweights that are ranked fight on the pay-per-view. And it's not only a Bo Nickal diss. No one's talking about this. Having Bo Nickal on the card means you have to bring in Rodolfo Vieira on the pay-per-view. A nobody. You have to bring in a nobody Brazilian if you want to bring in Bo Nickal on the main card, because that's his opponent. Bo Nickal, he can only fight nobodies. I've seen Vieira fight before, but Bo Nickal, who has higher fighter stock? Beneil Dariush and Benoit Saint Denis? Or Bo Nickal and Rodolfo Vieira? I think it's a no-brainer. So I'm not only mad that Bo Nickal's on the main card. I'm mad that he's bringing Rodolfo Vieira on the main card with him. Because no one cares about that guy. That'd be such a banger fight on the prelims. Rodolfo is a nobody in MMA, but not in BJJ. He has a massive following. Yeah, I believe that. He's got some good jiu-jitsu. So put him on the main card of... He's a multi-time black belt champ. Great. Then he should be a headliner of a jiu-jitsu tournament. Awesome. But in MMA, he's not going to draw the eyes. I get it. Bo Nickal draws eyes, but man... Does Vieira versus Nickal draw more eyes than BSD versus Dariush? Either way, it's a banger card. It's a banger card. It's all good. It's all good. Whatever. I just thought I would make the card like this. Prates versus Edwards. Benoit Saint Denis versus Beneil Dariush. Then is the featured fight. I would have Sean Brady Morales. Then the co. Then the main. Bo Nickal, he could either headline the Bo Nickal could headline the prelims. No, it doesn't. BSD versus Dariush is the fight to make. Right, that's what I said. Right. Yeah, BSD versus Dariush is the fight to make for the pay-per-view. I think the Bo Nickal fight would be more appealing if it was the featured prelim. Because there's nothing wrong with being the featured prelim. Some might say it draws more eyes. More people watch the last prelim of the night. More so than, like, the second fight on the main card. So, you know. Nothing wrong with Bo Nickal on the featured prelim. You'd still get all the eyes. But I just like my cards to get, like, better, like, as it goes on. You know? Like, after I watch Benoit Saint Denis versus Dariush, and then I watch Prates versus Edwards, it's going to, like, spike down for a second. We're going to get a real drop in skill for the Bo Nickal fight. But if you think about it from a grappling purist standpoint, in an MMA rules fight, Bo Nickal, wrestling background, versus Bellato, or versus Rodolfo Vieira, jiu-jitsu background, that would draw loads of eyes from grappling purists. I agree with you, by the way. Okay, so you're saying Bo Nickal, the wrestling specialist, versus Rodolfo Vieira, someone who's a jiu-jitsu specialist, will be exciting for the purists. I agree, but it's exciting to see something new and fresh. And we got that exact same matchup. Bo Nickal's last fight. We already saw it. We saw the wrestling guy, Bo Nickal, fight the jiu-jitsu guy, Reinier de Ridder. Bo Nickal, yeah, he got a quick little ankle pick. He took de Ridder down for a second. Then he pulled guillotine. So I know what it looks like when Bo Nickal fights a grappling purist. He gets a takedown. They get right back up. Then if they ever try to shoot a takedown on Bo Nickal, he's going to go for a shitty guillotine attempt, fail, and they're going to wind up on top. And then Bo Nickal's going to panic. I figured it out. He doesn't get pushed in training. I saw this Bo Nickal interview, and he said, yeah, how could I have prepared for that Reinier de Ridder fight? I was getting hit with tough body shots. You can't train for that. No one hit Bo Nickal with the rough body shot in training? Bo Nickal's never been hit with the hard, clean body punch in training. That's what he essentially told us in his interview. Some random interview with two goofballs. I don't even know who they were. There was like two Bo Nickal yes men interviewing him. And he's like, yeah, man, there's no way to have prepared for that Rainer DeRitter fight. I was getting hit with brutal body shots. You can't train for that. Call me crazy, but I think you can. Like, you don't need to be knocking out and dropping your sparring partners like Topuria does. You don't need to go full Sean Strickland on your partners, but shit. Someone hit Bo Nickal with a rough body shot and see if he could survive. Come on, you gotta be prepared for rough body shots. He said he's never been hit with a rough body shot in the gym. Crazy. That's crazy. So maybe he needs to spar some better guys. Maybe they need to not baby him as much in the gym if he wants to be on the main card. Bo Nickal doesn't want to look bad on the ground. I agree. I think he's gun shy. He's afraid to shoot takedowns. Just in case he gets reversed. Just in case his takedowns get stuffed. It's going to make Penn State look bad. Yeah. But when he pulls a shitty guillotine, when he pulls guard for a shitty guillotine, he ends up looking bad. You know? He just needs to fight like he's been training hard and fighting tough sparring partners, and he hasn't been getting babied all of training camp. Someone hit Bo Nickal with some hard body shots in this training camp. The dude's never felt a hard body shot besides the Rainer DeRitter fight, which is crazy. That was his first time experiencing a brutal body shot. And I know there's only so much you can do. If you get hit in the liver, it's over. If you get hit in the perfect spot in the liver, it's over. But I don't think that's what happened to Bo. It was an accumulation of body shots that he's never felt. But yeah, Bo Nickal, if I had to make a prediction, that is going to be the wackest fight on the main card. If I had to make a prediction. But I'm happy for this card. I'm happy for this card. I love this card. I love that they added Dariush BSD. And then they put Sean Brady versus Morales on it. The cherry on top. You know? Now that's a fight card. UFC 322. I don't really think he's got it in him to be an MMA world champ or even top 10. He's being pushed for some crazy reason. It's funny you mentioned he's being pushed for some crazy reason. The reason is he's a company man. They love those bland American wrestlers who have nothing to say, nothing on their minds. They love Chandler. They love Aaron Pico. And you know who else fits that category? Company man Bo Nickal. So that's why I just dropped a tier list. I just dropped a UFC company man tier list. You should check it out. You should check out my company man tier list, and you'll understand why certain fighters are getting a push more than others. I think I made a perfect, flawless tier list. You let me know, though. BSD Dariush is going to be a banger. Hell yeah. I love those fights, because I don't know what's going to happen. It's a mystery. Are they going to go on the ground? Are they going to have a kickboxing fight? I have no idea. I love those mystery fights. But at least Chandler's fights are entertaining as fuck. True. Chandler vs. Gaethje, great. Fucking great fight. Except one. But yeah, I know what you mean. All his fights are entertaining. Except that Charles Oliveira rematch. He got held down and smothered. couldn't do anything about it. But yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Chandler's been in some wars. I like his Gaethje fight. I can't. What's the I'm drawing a blank, but yeah, his Gaethje fight stands out. But he hasn't looked impressive since the Dan Hooker knockout, which is nuts. Nuts. But even the prelims on 322 are stacked. I'm talking Malcolm Wellmaker, RoboCop versus Jack Hermanson. Not Jack Hermanson. RoboCop versus the middleweight Chase Hooper. We need to forget about Jones. Yeah, we need to forget about him. But if I had to take a guess, the higher ups in the UFC are having some crazy freak off parties, and Jon Jones must be like the head honcho leader of those freak off parties. I mean, we're talking about the P. Diddy of MMA here. Jon Bone Jones. I mean, look at the Hasbulla video. Look at his Thailand video. You know. I'm sure you could make a whole iceberg on why the UFC won't shut up about Jon Jones. But I'm not even sure I want to know. I'm not even sure I want to know what Jon Jones is doing behind the scenes with Dana White, his lover, to get all this attention and get all the glitz and the glamour. I mean, if that was any other fighter, we would call him a duck and we'd get rid of him. You know? I was literally typing Jones is the Diddy of MMA and you took it out of my mouth. I hate this guy so much. I hate how he has so much success and he's such an asshole. Yeah. Damn right. I'm glad everyone's on the same page about that. Yeah, the P. Diddy of MMA, because there's no other explanation. He embarrassed the UFC occasion after occasion. He embarrasses them left and right. Made Dana look like a fool. Ruined heavyweight. And guess what? He gets rewarded. Every time. Man. He's the P. Diddy of MMA. You can call him Dana White's lover. Wow. Crazy. Crazy. But yeah, my prediction is it's going to be Pereira versus Jones in July or June, whenever the White House card is. I think it's June. That's my prediction. But yeah, if I was president of UFC, if I had like magic powers and I was UFC matchmaker, I would tell Jon Jones, you can't come back unless you fight Aspinall. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone. If you're in the chat, make sure to hit like and subscribe for the Halloween special. Hasbulla's team is keeping him away from Jones. Like, seriously. Yeah, Jon Jones. John Boner Jones. That video of him and Hasbulla. What the fuck? He was getting smothered with a pillow. And then he was telling the guy with the camcorder, send that to me. I gotta have that one. I gotta save that video in the vault. You know? Jon Jones. I'm sure he parties with Nina Drama too. That's probably what the UFC parties start with. Jon Jones, Nina Drama's there. Then Dana White. John Bones Dana Jones. Yep. John Bones Dana Jones. Damn right. That's what Jon Jones is for Halloween today, guys. He's a Dana White princess. He's probably wearing a blouse for Dana White for Halloween today. What up, Magic Mitch? What up? What up? And for my next trick, I'm going to make a beer disappear. That's all I got. Happy Halloween. Like and subscribe, everyone. But yeah, Jon Jones, he's going to get his fight. But I want Aspinall versus Gane to be booked immediately. Like, I'm thinking, let's do it in December. Why don't we end the last pay-per-view of all time with 3 title fights? How about 323 contains Aspinall versus Gane, Merab versus Jan co-main event, featured fight Pantoja versus Josh Van. Now that would be a card. Nice top hat. Thank you. Thank you. And bow tie. It goes good with the bow tie. Yep, I'm a dark magician if you couldn't tell. You know I'm going to pull some stuff out of the hat. I'm going to come up with some good videos later this week. Pulling it out of the hat. I was going to be Karate Kid, but I was already Karate Kid. Great costume. 1881 tequila bow tie. Oh yeah, absolutely. I had to jump on the stream and do the fucking Halloween special. It's only right. What are your thoughts on changing the punishments for eye pokes and other fouls? I don't know about the other fouls, but I would start with eye pokes. I would start by taking a point away, accidental or not. I would start with that. And let's see how many eye pokes drop. There's only a handful of eye pokers in the UFC. There's a lot of eye pokes, but it's the same people over and over again. It's the same 5 fighters over and over again for the most part. I would say start by taking a point starting in 2026. I don't care if it's on accident. Take a point, and I guarantee we'll see less eye pokes in 2026 than we did in 2025. You could worry about the nut shots later, but the eye pokes, I think that's a worse one. Take a point. Maybe they're not intentionally poking in the eyes, but they're intentionally sticking their fingers out, warning you not to get close, or you're going to face the consequences. Agreed about eye pokes. Yeah. It's like an unwritten rule where it's like, they say it's legal, it's illegal, but it's legal. I would start with eye pokes. Make them officially legal. I don't want to hear, you're going to get a warning. You're going to get a warning. That's all that happens. Who cares about a warning? That Kevin Holland nutshot stuff was awful, though. That needs a look. That was a weird one. I usually give everyone the benefit of the doubt. I swear, that one looked like it was on the hip. Maybe I'm wrong. SD Dumas or Sadiq A. Dumas, I believe him. That was a bad one. But yeah, if it's nut shots, I thought they were steel cups. Let's just start with the eye pokes. And if that stops and that changes, let's start by deducting a point with eye pokes and go from there. Let's just start with one thing at a time, though. Worry about the nut shots later. But yeah, I thought that hit Kevin Holland on the hip. Maybe I'm wrong. What about Face Slap League? Is that still happening? Is Dana in on that? Yes, Power Slap. Sadly, I still think that's happening. What a flop. No one gives a shit. No one gives a shit about Power Slap. I think it's still happening. I don't watch it. But all Dana does is drink out of his Power Slap cup He's at the press conference, and he always raises his power slap cup. And he drinks literally nothing. There's nothing in his cup. And he just pretends like he's drinking out of it. He's like... There's only one purpose for power slap. This is it. This would be the only purpose for power slap. In between fights, during commercial break, air power slap. I would rather see power slap than watch the same Jon Anik commercial over and over and over again. I would rather watch two doofuses slap each other in the face than a Jon Anik commercial on repeat. Thank you. Eye pokes is the easiest one to go with. Eye pokes is the easiest one to go with first for the changes. Also, fuck power slap. Agreed. Nothing worse than having blind fighters. We don't need a bunch of blind fighters on the roster. We don't. And especially, they don't even get condemned. They get praised. The eye pokers get praised. Take a point. And yeah, fuck power slap. The only use of it is for commercial break. Would you rather watch Jon Anik, his fucking 100th commercial in a row, or power slap? Air it during the commercials and I'll be fine with it. But I'll never take time out of my day to watch power slap. I thought so. Dana's shit. Yeah. He's checked out. He's only in it to promote Jon Jones. Dana drinks Jon Jones's baby gravy from the power slap cup. Shit. You're probably right. That's probably what's in the power slap cup. Oh no. Oh man. Every time Dana White drinks his power slap cup now we'll know. Now we'll know. Yeah, that's probably what his favorite drink. I hope a reporter asks him what's in the cup. MMA reporters, that's a whole nother topic too. The lamest of the lame. MMA reporters. Dana's quite the piece of work. Yeah. He's a piece of work, and we need someone else to do his work. I swear. The MMA YouTubers would promote we promote the fights, not even Dana. The MMA content creators promote fights. Dana just tries to rage bait us into promoting them. He doesn't do an ounce of work. Really. But at the very least, let's start stacking these cards in Paramount. Stack the fucking cards. We need less NPCs. We need to promote better with Paramount. Maybe ESPN wasn't it. But we need round tables. We need face-offs. We need fight announcements. Like literally in a sports broadcast room. Like with like windows on the background and in like a live town. Almost like a Super Bowl announcement. We need to announce fights in a sports center headquarters type arena. Dana built the UFC from nothing. I know a lot of people dislike him, but I'm a fan. I get it. Everyone likes his personality. He used to be brash. He used to go in on people. He used to go off. He used to go on rants. He used to get angry. But now he's like, I can't respect a guy who he gets asked a question, how do you fix eye pokes? And Dana's answer is, I don't know, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? I think the promoter of the company should care. I think everyone who bought tickets should care. I think everyone who stayed up all night to watch a main event and buy an eye poke cares. Like, Dana, bro, you need better answers. What do you mean, who cares? We care about solving the eye poke issue more than we care about a stupid Nina drama interview. You know what would be great? We kick Nina drama out of the sport starting in 2026. What are her questions? Well, who are the 3 fighters you would choose to survive an alien attack with? Who gives a fuck, Nina drama? He had help, though, from Jon Jones, LOL. Yeah, they both help each other. It's a dual thing. Dana built the UFC, yeah, and he was great. Now he's chilling with his $500 million and could not give a shit. Someone else needs to run this shit now. He's past it. I agree. Maybe it has something to do with the Fertittas don't own the UFC anymore. Now, you know, it's owned by Endeavor or TKO. Maybe that made Dana lay off the horn a little bit. But we're sick of the company man shit. Joe Rogan, Dana. They're not like... They're like out of touch. They're out of touch. They're promoting the same old guys over and over and over and over. Like, they're not looking at the comments, seeing who the fans are hyping up. Once they see someone getting hyped up, they should jump on that. You know, Fighting Nerds wasn't created by the UFC. That was like a fan-made, a fan-built promotion. The fan base made that a thing, Fighting Nerds. Dana White didn't promote that. Alex Pereira, I mean, Pereira had to promote himself. Yeah. Dana's shitting on his champ, his heavyweight champ. I think Dana White wants to get rid of the heavyweight division. Just a crazy thought. Think about it. Not a single top heavyweight won a real fight this year. You know? Great. Let's get on with the presentation now. It's time for the real UFC fans to stand up. Yes. Oh, yeah. At least let's just get stacked cards. Let's get stacked cards. Let's start the year off with some Ilya Topuria fight. Let's get it going. Let's get Volka fight already. This is what we need to change in 2026. We need to stop holding guys hostage. Volk should have had a fight. But maybe they're just holding on to everyone for the Paramount deal. But we got to start announcing shit. Volk needs a fight. Topuria needs to fight. Let's get it going. I want to see some... Paddy Pimblett hasn't been fighting. I hope he doesn't get a title shot. If I had to give anyone a title shot in lightweight, no one deserves it. I would say the winner... I would say if Arman wins, give it to him. But if you have to make the fight right now, Gaethje deserves it more than Paddy. A win over Chandler, leapfrogging you to a title shot would be... It would only hurt Paddy Pimblett. The title would be watered down. It wouldn't mean much. Magic Mitch is great. Card time. Oh, yeah. Dana can't get rid of the heavyweight division. The PFL would gain too much traction. I think they'd all move there. Francis versus Aspinall would be spectacular. I hope he can't. I hope you're right. It just looks like he's trying to get rid of it. I mean, he's doing all the right moves. If you want to get rid of the heavyweight division and make everyone so fed up with it, do what Dana did. Kick Francis out of the UFC. Let Jon Jones fight a retired firefighter. Let Jon Jones stall Aspinall's career for 15 months. Don't promote your new champion, Tom Aspinall. Announce that he's champion on a shitty presser post-fight fight night card. And then after Aspinall finally gets his fight, shit on him for getting eye poked. That's what I would do if I wanted to get rid of the heavyweight division. And that's what Dana's doing. He should have said, you know what? It's a shame the eye poke happened. It's a shame. We were in for a good fight. Ciryl Gane did better than what we thought. I can't wait for the rematch. The rematch is even more exciting. But no. He chose to quit. It's going to be a pain in the ass to book the rematch. The only pain in Dana White's ass is Jon Bones Jones. That's the only pain in Dana White's ass. It's Jon Jones. I don't want to hear Dana White talking about booking a rematch is a pain in the ass. But yeah, I mean, come on, there's a lot of good heavyweights and they're not active on the roster, you know? What's going on? What's going on? The heavyweight division would be so fun if we had all these guys fighting at the same time. Aspinall, Ngannou, Jones, Ciryl Gane. Now that would be a party. Imagine if these were the top 4 fighters in the heavyweight rankings. Aspinall is champ. Jones is number 1 contender. Francis, then Ciryl Gane. That'd be a party. He just doesn't like Aspinall now after his dad said he wanted to move to boxing and Tom said he'd vacate so his teammate could get the title. Uncle Dana would be mad at that. Yes, indeed. You're right. You're half right. He hated Tom Aspinall way before that boxing thing was caught on footage. He hates Tom Aspinall because Tom Aspinall's existence hurt his lover Jon Jones' reputation. And the UFC can't have that. They can't have a fighter making Jon Jones appear as a coward. But you're right. You're right. What a stupid thing from Andy Aspinall to say. I want to go to boxing. Keep that to yourself. That's like telling whatever job you're at, hey, I'm thinking about leaving so-and-so and hoping for a better relationship with them. Like, I would keep that to myself. And yeah, I hate MMA fighters going to boxing. It's boring. Boxing with gloves is boring. All I care about is bare knuckle boxing. I'll watch Mike Perry. I would rather watch Mike Perry versus Jeremy Stevens than Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford. So if an MMA fighter wants to box, unless you're talking bare knuckle, I don't give a shit. You know, mate, anything for Jones. Dana Pink needs to shut up and reign presidency. Yeah, Dana Pink. Yes, anything for Jones. You guys know it. You guys know what's up. Make sure to like and subscribe because we're going to drop some more anti-Jon Jones videos coming up. I'm sure he's going to be doing some stupid stuff. It's only a matter of time. You know? It's only a matter of time before Jon Jones is in the news again for punching a woman or assaulting Hezbollah or crashing his car or ducking Aspinall. Tomorrow's card trash. The next 2 weeks are unfortunately trash. But I'm still gonna watch. Probably, maybe. But yeah, we have 2 Apex cards. I mean, we got Garcia versus David Onama. You tell me. Co-main event. Waldo Acosta versus Aspinall's teammate. Featured fight. Themba Gorimbo. Cody Durden's on the card. It starts at 7, huh? 7 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, guys, we just got to suffer through these 2 weeks and make it to UFC 322. I thought they were getting rid of the Apex cards. Well, I thought so too, but apparently they still think we're in the pandemic. Are we still in the scandemic? The plandemic? What's going on here? Why are we fighting in this soulless garage? Why are we getting in this little tiny little hut with no crowd, no atmosphere, nothing, nothing. It has no aura, nothing. It's soulless in there. I thought that was solely for the plandemic, the scandemic, but I guess not. I guess the UFC still thinks it's 2020. Yeah, that's trash. True. Rather watch these cards than boxing, though. True. Yeah. I would rather watch an Apex card than boxing, because I mean, even during the Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford fight, I found myself talking over it. I was talking to my friends. I was looking here. I was looking right. I was looking left. I think I was playing with my cat. I get easily distracted during boxing. But when there's a UFC fight on, I'm like zoned in. I'm tuned in because anything could happen. Diego Lopez could just spinning elbow Gene Silva. Literally. You could just fucking knock him out with a spinning elbow while getting cracked. That's what I like to watch. Not literally no damage on these boxers' faces because of the huge gloves. Even though they're taking some bad brain damage, you don't get to see the damage. Like in MMA or something. Fuck. Yeah. I would still rather watch the Apex, though, than the boxing. I agree with that. But yeah, we got 2 weeks of this shit. With the Apex cards, they should just have them, like, I don't know, every blue moon. Like, we don't need back-to-back Apex. That's insane. But let's say we just had like 3 banger cards back to back to back. And all the UFC stars, they need a rest. They need a break. Throw on an Apex card. Throw on an Apex card. That's fine, but don't give me a main event of Steve Garcia versus David Onama. Give me a real main event. I don't care, Apex card or not. I want a real main event. A real one. Taking a Halloween break. BRB. Oh, you're going to smoke one? All right. If that's what you're delivering for the trick-or-treaters, I might have to stop by. Give me a real main event for the Apex cards. All right, I'm going to stay on for about 5 more minutes here. Wrapping up, I got to hit a Halloween party, but I just want to make a point about an Apex main event. Like, what would be a good Apex main card main event? Give me a Paulo Costa. Give me a name. You know? Give me someone like that. Give me an actual name to headline these Apex cards, right? Like, come on, give me some. Not saying I want good fighters to be fighting with no crowds, but like, give me a Joaquin Buckley versus, you know, give me something like that. Give me a Joaquin Buckley. Give me a Paulo Costa. Give me something good. If they had a real main event in the Apex, it wouldn't be in the Apex. Kevin Holland on the Apex main event. That UFC Vancouver card was great, but I hear you, but they should at least give us a main event to look forward to, because these guys need to fight more. A lot of guys are being held hostage. Give me a real main event, at least something. Like a Paulo Costa, a Joaquin Buckley, someone who isn't completely box office, but they're still exciting and appealing to watch, you know? Give me someone like that. Give me a Moicano. You know? Not box office, but appealing to watch. But I hear you, but I need a better main event. I just can't. I can't with David Onama as the main event, you know? I'll even take... I'm glad this is on UFC 322, but like a Henry Cejudo, Peyton Tabit type main event. That would be nice. That'd be nice. Something so I could stay up and I'm excited for the main fucking event. But yeah, guys, happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to everyone. Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for subscribing. I'm going to start streaming a lot more. I might even stream these 2 Apex events coming up. But I'm going to be dropping more tier lists. We're probably going to do all the Jon Jones rumors and drama. We're going to talk about the main card. I'm dropping predictions very soon on 322. So we're going to start having a lot more content dropping. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.